Oh, what is up? What is up? What is up? And what is down? Now, for those who've been living under a rock for the past 2 days, Taraji P Henson threat to quitting acting. Okay, I'm losing my mind. Taraji P Henson threatened to quit acting. There we go. Over the fact of salary and pricing between her and her counterparts, meaning other entertainers in the business who don't look like her complexion. Here it is, 2023, almost 2024, less than 10 days away from 2024. Here we are. Right? So, how did we get here? You know what I mean? How we get here? Shouts out to everybody that supports the channel. Definitely hit the like button and subscribe to the page. But we're definitely going to get into how did we get to this point, to why Taraji P Henson is sitting on this stage, and her job being on here is to promote the Color Purple, the new musical film adaptation of the Oprah Winfrey produced classic film from the 80s. And now they've turned it into a musical, which I don't know why would The Color Purple need to be a musical. Nevertheless, Black actors get work. Always happy to see that. But the pay discrepancy, is something that she had to point out, and she was sick of it. So while on the show, to promote the movie, she couldn't help. And this is what I try to tell people constantly that gets into Hollywood. I understand that you love Hollywood. Hollywood is what you love. You love the movies and film. Hell, I love it too. But do I want to be in the business? No, I do not. Do I want to make a movie? Yeah, I would love to make a movie, just to put it out to the world, to have people go out and see my work and see a film that I thought of myself reach the screen. Oh, that's the dream of that is remarkable. But what is the reality of that? It's not what it's cranked up to be. There's a lot of people that go in bright-eyed, bushy-tailed into Hollywood, and they don't understand or they don't know what it's like to be you. And then they're told, just keep your head down and keep working, garbage pail mentality. And at the end, they're the ones getting screwed. I've seen it happen too often to our brothers and sisters in this business. I've seen it happen too often to everyone in this business. I've seen it happen to white counterparts. I've seen it happen to Hispanic counterparts. I've seen it happen all around till they only care about the business. You see, here's the problem. Taraji came up and had to take a route less traveled. And when Taraji took that route, and when she did the movie Benjamin Button, right? She did Benjamin Button, The Curious Case, with Brad Pitt, that gave her an Oscar nomination. They told her, this is finna open doors for you. This is going to be your swan song. This is it. You've made it. That's what was told. You've made it. You ain't got to worry about nothing no more. It's over. This is it. Taraji has arrived. But that wasn't the case. See, normally an Oscar nomination gives you carte blanche to name your price. You are a shot caller in Hollywood as far as movie roles. Matthew McConaughey did A Few Good Men. Well, I'm sorry, scratch that. A Time to Kill with Samuel Jackson stole the show. And they all to die. They all to burn in hell. Matthew McConaughey was praised for his performance. Samuel Jackson got all the accolades. Man, that guy's performance is outstanding. Matthew McConaughey got the raise. He got all the movie deals. They all was landing right on his lap. Ever since then, he was on the first sheet call for movies. Never looked back. He could turn down any film. It's all good. There's 5, 6, 7 movies for him to star in. Samuel Jackson had to go back to work. It wasn't until Pulp Fiction did he really start to break out, and they said, hey, well, we got something here. And he still never got paid what he truly and fully deserved. Now, Taraji P Henson negotiated her way. She went to television where they told her not to do. She played the role of Cookie in Empire, right? She had problems with her agency who represented her, and even though her agent was caught up in all kind of sexual lawsuits and stuff like that, that was crazy. She came out, she did Hidden Figures. She did all of these things that she has accomplished, produced films. She did her Think Like a Man and Think Like a Man 2. She did all of these films and projects that was put together, and she played her part to perfection. Yeah, all her production work. She had only done television until Baby Boy, right? When did Baby Boy come out? 2002? Then she did Hustle and Flow and Four Brothers or something like that, right? Then she started to get more movie roles. So after she did The Curious Case of Benjamin Button, after she did the Tyler Perry movie, um, I think she did, what was that? Damn, what was that movie she did? Can't think of it right now. But she did a movie with Tyler Perry. And when she did that, it changed the dynamic. How are they doing this? Hold on, good people. All right, there we go. Things was a little screwed up here. So, with this in perspective, there are tons of people that don't understand the process. So to hear Taraji tear up the way she did, it was a great performance for her, but she's tired for real. She is literally tired. And this is a play. This is a negotiation tactic. This is also a negotiation tactic. She goes right into her performance mode of acting and start getting the tears to come out, but she's telling the truth. You know, it's a lot she has to pay for, and they don't want to pay her what she feels she's worth because Hollywood and the industry has changed. And Taraji's learning that lesson the hard way. For black entertainers, this is the cause of people that came before Taraji of not having and owning anything to be able to protect the next and upcoming artists in the game from this. You see, everybody came in thinking about, I got to get mines. I got to get mines. What's good for me, individuality. Meanwhile, if you think like that, they let one or two in per year. You think like, oh no, man, this thing going good. And a snap of a finger, you're out the game. They take you out. Small margin for error. in their mind of what they declare an era really stands for or represents. Now, let's get back to this thing here. Tyler Perry was the first person to pay her what she felt she deserved at the time when he couldn't understand how a former Oscar nominated actress like Taraji P Henson wasn't getting at least what he felt she should get at the time. So he paid her in 2008, he paid her 500,000 to play the character in the film. What was that? I Could Do Bad by Myself. Here's where the problems kicked in. She started to do movies and thought this was going to change for her. Now she was getting what she deserved at the time. And as badly as she was treated on The Curious Case of Benjamin Button, now she's getting the attention. Now she's getting the notoriety. She was in the movie Date Night. She was in the Cleveland Show. She starred in The Karate Kid. And they're not even talking about her coming back for the sequel at the price that she wants, right? She did some television again. She did the Larry Crown movie. She did the Think Like a Man. And everyone thinks Taraji is on top of the world. She started in the movie No Good Deed. She did Acrimony with Tyler Perry. She did the movie Proud Mary, which she produced. And it was just very, not really a good movie. The project wasn't really that good. Acrimony, when she played Crazy Melinda, it was perfect. Yeah, then she produced another film called What Man Wants. Then she did The Best of Enemies, right? Then she did Cookie and Kareem. And at the same time, she was playing Cookie on Empire and got re-popularized on television, got a network deal. So for 5 years, they did over 100 episodes. They did Empire all the way through. They got over the 100 episodes. So now the syndication can come in. But Fox have yet to really syndicate the show, even though it has over 100 episodes. It has 102 to be exact. Now, after that show is done, she signs a new deal with a new agency, CAA. She's still represented by M88 with the attorney, Matt Johnson, and the lead company. Now, in all areas, is all the stuff she did in drama, 2 Emmy nominations, Golden Globes, Academy Award nominations, 3 BET Awards. And she did all of these different things, right? All of her accomplishments. She signed with a new agency. And now she has to go up for renegotiation of her contract. Now, they came out in 2022 I mean, when did it end? 2020, during the pandemic. That was the last season of Empire. You know, Juicy Smollett came in and ended that entire show prematurely. Nobody was prepared for that show to end. And then that show went and ended the way it did. So now that show comes to an end. So now, instead of spinoffs and everything else, like they could have done with Power and kept all these people employed, all those people are reassigned to other projects or whatever and got to get other jobs. Other actors on the show, their careers is pretty much done and is over with, and you've heard nothing from them since. Then dealing with mental health services and things of this issue. There are just a lot of things she wanted to get involved in with her Henson Foundation. She named it after her father, Lawrence Henson. She wants to go into mental health and talk about scholarships for the mental health education with African American students. She got her hairline products called TPH by Taraji. That stuff is in like Walmarts and Targets. So she's doing all right with her production company. So now she's got her entertainment company as well, which is called TPH Entertainment. And it has a first look deal with 20th Century Television. So once you go down that road and you look at it from that perspective, she's saying she wants to quit because she still feels she's not getting paid enough. And the fact that she feels at this point she's not getting paid enough, it's hurting her heart to continuously go through this process after she put all this work in and she's still not getting what she thinks she deserves out of it. So this is her drawing a lot of attention and a lot of noise as they're going to wonder the book by Alice Walker, The Color Purple, Taraji's playing Suge Avery, and this is going to change everything now. Will this open the door for her to get more awards or more notification or more notoriety? And when she comes back to the table, all of this buzz that she just created is going to go in and definitely open a door for a new discovery and a new conversation for Taraji now. When she go and sit down and saying she's threatening to quit. So we'll see. We shall see. I often tell people that if you want to be in Hollywood, you have to understand something if you're Black and you want to get into this so bad. You know what Hollywood is. Hollywood show tells you exactly what it is. You think those rooms don't exist? You can blind yourself to it all you want. And when you start to exceed and get there, and all of a sudden you run into that glass ceiling, it's not even a glass ceiling, it's a glass door. You walk right smack into it. And everything that you blocked yourself out saying, nope, I'm not going to see that. It's going to be right there present for you to see. And you're going to say, are you going to come through this glass door or are you going to stay over there? And if you're not a part of the party, they'll get you out. So this is a negotiation.
So,
yeah. Let that sink in. The reason why blacks don't translate overseas is because they don't want blacks to translate overseas. Blacks do translate overseas. Hell, they act like black people don't exist overseas. This is the lie that they portray. They don't want blacks to succeed overseas. Y'all just don't translate overseas. Black Panther translated overseas. It did $1 billion in the United States and did almost another $1 billion overseas. The reason why they say you don't translate overseas because they don't market to blacks overseas. Any movie that has black characters in it, they try to erase them off the posters. They perpetuate racism in the film industry greatly overseas. This is why people like Kevin Hart tried to fight the system by saying, no, I'm going to take these comedy shows in these European areas to break down these barriers. Because these movie companies and movie theaters over here won't accept films by African American males. And even more than that, not only did they not accept those films, they wouldn't even promote them. They would not push them unless there was a white or Jewish counterpart in the film. Don Cheadle. They love Don Cheadle. Marvel movie, everything. Don Cheadle tried to do the Miles Davis story. They told him couldn't get the budget for the film. Had Seth Rogen right there with him. And he told Seth Rogen, we could not have gotten this film done, Seth. We had to add a white Jewish guy to the story who did not exist in Miles Davis' story. But without adding Josh Ladd, I believe his name is, without adding him to the story, they would not have gotten pushed overseas. They wouldn't have gotten greenlit. They needed a white guy in this story to sell it. So that's the problem, which you don't translate overseas. They don't market us overseas. You don't promote overseas. The people will go see it. They want to see it. But when you go and take these tours overseas, you start to see what the problem is. It's the racism in the film industry overseas. They only accept you if you're from there. Like Idris Elba won't have that problem. He's from the UK. They consider him one of them. They don't consider him a Black American. So, period, he's not treated as such. Faison Love, Couples Retreat. What happened in that film? On the poster board of Couples Retreat, he's one of the most starring characters in the movie. Once they go to international, the poster is different. They're pushed all the way in the background. Hmm? We're going to see if I can find it for you. So you can see the original versus the international. Hold on. I just had to pull it up for y'all. Let's take a look. Look at that. That's Couples Retreat. Now take a good look. Faison Love and his girl, they was already minimized, even though they're the funniest thing in the film. They're already minimized in the film. But at least they're mentioned. Now, the international photo that they shot, because they shot two, they took the other second shot of the photo for the international trailer. He has the lei around his neck. She's in a different dress. He's in the same shirt. And where is Faison Love? He's even edited out. No mention of them in the international trailer. He sued them later on after they told him, just be quiet, play ball. And next thing you know, he's out of the business because he opened his mouth and spoke about it. So internationally, they don't want you to be a part of what they're doing. They don't want you to be seen internationally. So this is why people like Kevin Hart, when you guys were hating him so much and trying to say he ain't funny and doing all this to tear him down, he's out there trying to create an avenue so that black entertainers that come up before him don't have to go through this. They're saying, okay, there's money we can make here. We can put Kevin Hart movies internationally. And it starts to change because people saw him in his stand-up and was like, oh, he's funny. And he came over here internationally, did his comedy show and this and that. Oh, it's great. So when Kevin Hart makes a movie, they'll put it in their theater over there. Now you look at his projected international, domestic, and international, his international numbers are going up. Right along with his domestic. Domestic is going to be there. Now his international money is growing. You see, that's how you start to make change. So now the people are saying, oh, okay, these movies make money for us. Why did they tell us it didn't? Because they don't want to market us over there, not Black Americans. No matter how big of an actor we are, unless you're Denzel Washington, your movies won't translate over to them. That's the dialogue they're gonna tell you. So Taraji Tyler Perry, all his type of movies won't be translated over internationally. Now, they need to go say, okay, Tyler, you need to grow a set and be a real man and start handling business. But he's okay making his money off the churches. Too real for y'all? Taraji just broke it down to y'all.
Isn't it?
Now, he just said something very interesting there, breaking a cycle. What is the cycle that they're trying to break? And this is the cycle that they're trying to break. This is a wheel. It's like a Ferris wheel. It's you got your highs, your lows, you go back down and you keep hoping you come back up on the Ferris wheel. But you're on that Ferris wheel of no progress. And pretty soon you're getting older. And you're wondering and you're seeing other counterparts because you see other actors in Hollywood who are just like you and they act just like you. They just happen to be a different skin color. They don't have to audition. You've been in movies with them. There was no audition for them. They walk right on the scene. They get hired. Boom, they're reading lines. They don't have to audition for the part, some of them. Once they've made it to a certain upper echelon, you think Meryl Streep's gonna have to audition? You think Julia Roberts has to audition for the part? Once she made it in Pretty Woman, that was it. She probably ain't had another audition since. And I'm not singling them out as like they're the problem. It's just saying they have it a lot easier. And here is a role that is pretty much you are Taraji P Henson. Why do you have to audition to be Suge Avery? Something that comes second nature, you know? And then you're in a renegotiation for your contract, and they're trying to say, well, this is what we think you are, are worth. And this is how much we want to give your production company, this much we want. Well, because you're not in real position. And it's not Taraji's fault. She's not in that position to basically control her own destiny. So for Black entertainers, the internet is your silver screen. Invest in it. Own your product. Learn how to distribute your own product to your people. Hollywood have helped you build a name. Use that name to build your own entertainment thing and do it through the internet or whatever, and build your platform that way. And then you will build yourself up from the ground. Then the next thing you know, Hollywood's going to come knocking and saying, oh, you're doing this on the internet. You're doing 100,000 homes internationally. You can have your podcast show. You could put up you can do so much now through the internet. If you got the right resources, the right funds, just say, okay, I'm going to take these insults, but I'm working on something that this won't happen to me anymore. Because without us, Hollywood falls to the ground and burn. Every time we dug them up out the ashes, whenever they were losing money from their whatever $300 million movie they didn't spend all their money on, and white folks didn't go see it, they find a way to try to blame a black guy for it. Jonathan Major just killed Marvel. Marvel movies have been sucking, period. His performance was great. And that was his job, was to do his job. He was great in Loki. He was great in Quantumania. Everything he's done, he's been great in. Then you go and do this to him. But that's going into something else. I want to say thank you guys for supporting the channel. Kwame Brown Bust Life, support him. Jag Sports with Jose Rodriguez, Armando Black TV, The Dreamers Pro, my Patreon, which is Carcino for Life. Welcome to HD with Two Eyes TV. And I'm out, man. Y'all be blessed.